In this session, I am going to explain if conditional clause. If is used in a clause, it expresses a condition and so such a clause is called if conditional clause. It is if we are using as condition indicating word. So, if clause is broadly classified into three main types. Before that, you have to know about what is clause. You have to know clearly. Clause means nothing but it gives complete meaning. It gives complete meaning. That type of clause is called independent clause. It has subject, verb and object also. That is called independent clause. And if it depends upon another clause, another sentence, that is called subordinating clause. One is main clause, one is subordinate clause. Those two clauses adding with small word if with this conjunction, that is called if conditional clause. In this if conditional clause, three types are there. Mainly we are going to discuss in this class three types. First one, type 1. It is also called as open condition. If a condition is written in type 1, the possibility of the fulfillment of the condition is very high. So it is also called possible condition, not only open condition. It is also called as open condition. This condition is also based on facts. Therefore, it is also called factual condition. See, type 1 only called as open condition, possible condition and also called as factual condition. These three names also type 1 only. So, what is the structure of this class? Subordinate clause, if, subject, verb 1, object. Previously, I have said about it. Which one depending upon main clause, that is called subordinate clause. It is also has subject, verb, object. So this is called subordinate clause. And main clause, subject, will or shall, can or may plus V1 plus object. It is called main clause. See, one thing you have to remember here, whenever that complete meaning is there in that sentence, that is called main clause. If clause depending upon main clause, that is called subordinate clause. So we are going to see about this according to this example. According to type 1 structure, I am going to explain you examples. Prepare well, otherwise you can't pass the test. It is question. Like this they will ask you question in any competitive exam in 10th class and 7th class and also TET and DSC also it is useful. If you pay concentration here, you can easily understand what is type 1. Prepare well, otherwise you can't pass the test. Question like this they will ask. So, answer how can you write? If you prepare well, you can pass the test. In this sentence, what is main clause, what is subordinate clause? You can pass the test, it gives complete meaning. It doesn't depend upon any other clause. Only this sentence will give us complete meaning. Clause means nothing but subject, verb and object also there. So it is called clause. Already I have said it. Then it gives complete meaning, so it is main clause. If you prepare well, if you prepare well, what is? It does not give complete meaning. It gives only half meaning if you prepare well. So then it is called as subordinate clause because it doesn't give complete meaning. It must and should depending upon another clause. Otherwise it this sentence will not give complete meaning. So this is called subordinating clause and also called as if clause. We are connecting these two clauses with if word so that it is called if conditional clause. Whenever we prepare if conditional clause, we must and should follow comma and also if word also we have to use whenever we construct if conditional clause. So it is about type 1 if conditional clause. If you prepare well, you can pass the test. So then it gives complete meaning. If we use two clauses also, probability is there in that sentence only we can understand. And now come quickly or you will miss the bus. For this question, you have to construct like this. If you come quickly, you will not pass the bus. If you come quickly, you will not miss the bus. See here, comma missed. Then we can't get complete meaning here. Complete correct sentence here. See, if you come quickly, you will not miss the bus. So then only we will get complete meaning. If we forget to write any comma here, so it doesn't give proper meaning. So that we must and should keep here in these two clauses in between that comma. So that is about if conditional clause. And now knock at the door, someone will open it. Knock at the door, someone will open it. It is question, third question. So for this, how can you construct an if conditional clause? If you knock at the door, someone will open it. So then, if you knock at the door, it is subordinating clause. Someone will open it, it gives complete meaning. So it is main clause. This clause depending upon this main clause. Whenever we are using in middle comma, then only we can construct proper way if conditional clause. So that should be, keep it in your mind. According to these three examples, what will you understand here? Subordinating clause, you must and should construct with simple present. And main clause, you must follow simple future. Already I said in previous videos tenses. So if you watch those videos, you can understand very easiest way this if conditional clauses. And type 2 now. Imaginary condition. This type 2 if clause only indicating us what is imagination. Imagination means it's not real. Only imagination. So that indicating us in this title only. So there is no probability for the fulfillment of the condition. There is no probability. Probability not there. In this first type, probability is there. Here, probability for the fulfillment of the condition. There is no probability. So it is called improbable condition. Imaginary condition and also called as improbable condition. As the condition mentioned is also called imaginary condition. So, structure in this type 2, subordinate clause, you must and should follow simple past. What is simple past structure? Subject, verb to plus object. That is simple past structure. And main clause, conditional past, past conditional. What is conditional past? Would or should, could, might, you must and should use and also use V1. It is called past conditional clause. Past conditional clause it is also called as. This main class you have to use whenever you construct type 2 condition. According to the type 2 structure, we can construct sentences like this. I am not a bird, I can't fly. I am not a bird, I can't fly. According to this question, we can immediately identify it is in imaginary condition, because what is question here? I am not a bird, I can't fly. Both also in negative form. If I were a bird, I could fly. See, if I were indicating here, it is in simple past. We are using here main verb. Were we are using as a main verb. If I were a bird, I could fly. I could fly. Could here and also fly V1 we are using according to that structure. So it is called as imaginary condition. In this sentence also, it is subordinating clause, it is main clause. You can easily find. And I don't have money, I can't buy this book. In another example, what is there? I don't have money, I can't buy this book. It is also in negative form. So there is no possibility. So then how can you construct it? Immediately you can find it. It is in negative form. There is no possibility. So it is in type 2. We have to change. Immediately you have to recollect that. After that you can easily change. If I had money, had here acting as main verb. If I had money, I could buy this book. So according to that structure, we constructed here sentence. Whenever that question they will give us in examination, if you read that question 1 or 2 times, you can find easily what is there. Only imagination is there, probability is there. If you find in that example, you can easily change that conditional clause. If I had money, I could buy this book. Both also imagination only. Probability not there. So then this is called imaginary condition. And now third example. My mother wants to buy a saree, but she is not going to the showroom. See, she is not going to the showroom. It is indicating what? She doesn't go. She doesn't go showroom. But she wants to buy a saree. Only imagination looking to us in this sentence. Then we construct it in imaginary condition. If my mother went to the showroom, subordinating clause and also called as subordinating clause and also indicating us here, there is only imagination. If my mother went to the showroom, she would buy a saree. So it is called imaginary condition. There is no probability or possibility. That should be, keep it in your mind. And now type 3. Unfulfilled condition. It will not fulfill never. It is only imagination. It is only imagination is there. Here unfulfilled condition. It will not fulfill never. The condition never fulfilled. So it is called unfulfilled condition. Whenever unfulfilled condition type 3 we will construct, we should follow like this structure. Subordinating clause in past perfect or conditional perfect, it is also called as. What is past perfect structure? Subject, had plus verb 3 plus object, that is past perfect structure. Already I had explained in previous video, tenses video, these structures clearly. If you watch those videos, you can understand this if conditional clauses. So had plus V3 we followed here in past perfect. Subordinating clause in past perfect. Main clause we must and should change. Subordinating clause we must follow past perfect. Main clause we must follow perfect conditional or conditional perfect. What is perfect conditional? Would or should or could plus have plus verb 3. It is called perfect conditional. So this clause we must and should use in unfulfilled condition in type 3. Follow like these examples for type 3. He had no friends here, so he did not go out. In this sentence, what did you understand here? He had no friends here. That means unfulfilled condition. So he did not go out. Both also indicating unfulfilled. According to that question, you have to write answer. It is in type 3. Immediately you can find. If he had friends here, he would have gone out. He would have gone out. You can easily change it because he had no friends here. If he had friends, he would have gone out. Both also unfulfilled action indicating us. It is called type 3. See one more example, you can easily understand. Lata had written the exams well. She would be qualified for the post. Lata had written indicating what? If it is indicating unfulfilled action. See, Lata had written the exams well. She didn't write proper way. Had written the exams well. It indicating what? She didn't write exams well. Unfulfilled action. She would be qualified for the post. It is also according to this sentence, it is also indicating us unfulfilled action. If Lata had not written the exams well, she would not have been qualified for the post. Both also in negative form, which we write here according to this question. If he had written the exams well, she would be qualified for the post. Had not written the exams well, she would not have been qualified for the post. According to this question, we changed here. It is type 3, unfulfilled condition. And one more example. I was careless, so I met with an accident. I was careless, so I met with an accident. If he had not been careless, I would not have been met with an accident. If I had not, it is indicating negative. So, I would not have met with an accident. So, according to that question, we can construct like this unfulfilled condition. Thank you. If you have any doubt regarding this topic, write in comment box. I will clarify it.